So I am kind of a nerd about magnets. I love magnets ever since I was a kid. I just thought the way that they work is so interesting because you can take the sides of it. I just vividly remember being a little kid and trying to, push the magnets
Yeah,
together
yeah,
and
yeah.
then feel that force against it. I'm like, what's happening
It's
here?
magic.
How is that created? And so I thought to myself the other day, I said, how the hell are magnets made? And just I would play a clip about it, but
Ooh.
it's essentially the, electrons, basically electrons. No, I'm just going to play the clip. Let's just play this because it needs to be played. Let's do this. Here we go.
How the do magnets work? Einstein showed us that if something is moving in your point of view, it looks shorter in the direction of movement. Where there is an electric current, to us, the moving negative electrons look like they balance out the stationary positive nuclei. But in the electron's point of
Huh.
view, the positive nuclei are moving and therefore closer together. Negative and positive charges attract. So an electron moving outside of the wire can be attracted to the higher density of positive charge. In some materials, like fridge magnets, the atoms act like small loops of current. If these loops are all in the same direction, they add up outside and cancel out inside. You're left with an effective current on the surface of the magnet that makes a magnetic field that can attract things containing movable charges, like metals.
And so if that is not cool enough, now we go to the
That's
the part
so
about
bad
actually
in
like magnetizing the different metals. And so you take different metals and how are they actually like manufactured? And so I found a manufacturer over in China that had post videos on how magnets are actually charged. So
Familiar with magnets, but do you know how it's made?
exact voice. But do you know how it's made?
Before magnetization,
What?
magnetization completed.
What?
Now they're magnets.
Oh.
And so if you are just listening or just watching this, or no, if you're just listening and not watching the actual video, I needed to get that right. Basically what they did is they took a box full of metals, little metal objects, like what you would picture, a bunch of magnets, but they're not magnetized yet. And so then they put them in a giant machine, another magnet, and it helps to magnetize them by firing in those different electrons and, making the different magnetic fields around it. And it's such an interesting process because then you have to think about the aspect of how the hell do you ship these things? Because commonly when magnets are shipped,
No.
especially if you order them in small quantities, they're shipped in just regular envelopes. And so it's a common issue whenever you're shipping them that they'll just get stuck to the envelope itself will get stuck to the side of a delivery truck and your package just gets lost. So there's
What?
regulations around different magnets and how you can ship them. If they're over a certain level, they can't go on an airplane because it will mess with some of the electronic equipment on an airplane. And so what a lot of these shippers do, or a lot of these manufacturers do to ship their goods, is they package the magnets in a creative way. And so then it has less, or they fill it up essentially. Some manufacturers will put wood around the inside of the box all around it, and so the magnets hopefully will stay contained within the box and not mess up during the shipment process. So it's a special kind of packaging that they need to go through. There's a lot of regulations around it, and so I thought that that was just an interesting sort of side note of just the coolness of magnets, and then well, how the hell are they actually shipped? Because then they're used in all of this different industrial equipment. Some trains are powered by magnets. So it just brings up like that interesting use
Wow.
case of like we have this really cool just technology that's existed for as long as as long as I know that it's existed, and that we can actually create new magnets that hold that magnetic power for hundreds of years. And so I just thought that that entire process was cool. And the fact that it's kind of funny that, if you try to ship them and then they just end up, getting stuck on the side of like a UPS truck.